Hello, welcome to another video. In this video, we talk about Empress Donica of the Nakarthan Empire, one of the most important figures in the history of the Nakarthan Empire, the history of Ari, and so on and so on. Let's begin. Donica was born in the year 272 of the Second Era. Her father was named the Yargod, who would become the future emperor of the Nakarthan Empire, while her mother was named Tidra. Donica was raised by her mother, who herself was a religious woman. For her childhood, she practiced the religion of Yathmak and Hirak, gods of war and peace. Ever since she had begun the worship, she always felt like that she didn't feel that this religion had connected to her, as she herself was a pacifist and believed that peace was always a better way and that war was almost never necessary. However, when Donica turned 22, this led to her converting to the religion of Aquarism, the worship of Aquadome, and the subject of a much far into the future video. Her mother learned about this 2 years later, and soon enough she was banished. She talked to King Mosus of the Nakarthan Empire, who learned of this, and wanting to bash the Numo family in a political move, he converted to Aquarism and denounced the Numo family. At this point, the Numo family had been quite powerful, and Mosus didn't actually dislike the Numo family. So, by doing this, he limited the power of the Numo family. Donica was also very interested in magic. She started her interest when she was 19. 2 years later, she managed to get herself an education by one of the most powerful wizards of that time, Imanovin, who was also very influential in even the politics at the time. For 9 years, she was trained under Imanovin to learn basic magic spells. After 9 years, she left to pursue the magical arts on her own. She would later learn how to extend her own life with magic, along with the ability to heal others. In the year 345, Yarpad I was suddenly died. He was specifically killed by the Anvan guard after he attempted to remove them as bodyguards. With this death, she would be able to take over. Give me a second. Without any direct heirs, the throne would go to Donica, who was around 60 years old at this point. She felt that the empire had been straying away from Aquadome, who she had worshipped devoutly. Also during this period of time, her views on pacifism, especially after converting to Aquarism, began to slowly change into a more sometimes war is necessary idea in her mind. In 352, 6 years into her reign, she introduced Aquarism as the religion of the empire. She converted her family quickly, with many people of the Numo family already being taught by her. With this conversion of the royal family into the Aquarism, it gave the religion a heavy amount of legitimacy. Now we're going to be talking about some of the good things she did in her reign, which includes the decline of the empire. This is caused by two main reasons. One, the religion of the empire is more pacifistic and, well, it leads to less crime due to the nature of the religion. The second reason is because of the second good thing she did, improving administration, improving the lives of people as well. So you see less poverty in the cities. Now onto improved administration. She would do things such as help remove corruption, and give wealthier people a better education before they inherited these titles. And then she lowered the taxes on the peasantry, which were very high at the time. So after doing this, she lowered taxes on the peasants and would only raise them every once in a while in the case of a major war or something, which did happen in her reign. We'll talk about that later. But generally, taxes were very low under her reign. And then finally, she established a heavy amount of infrastructure, such as advanced tunneled roads or bridges. Marsus, the king of Naraka before the Nakarthan Empire was formed, had built a lot, but she extended these projects into many different areas and allowed for the empire to be connected even more so. And now we get onto the bad parts. Her reign also included some bad decisions, such as frequent wars in Rockland, which were expensive and hard to do because of the expense, and then the overspending of the monarchy, which led to several declarations of bankruptcy in the Numo family, which kind of temporarily halted finances and caused issues for the empire. Failing to effectively respond to rebellions due to her conversions, and these rebellions were caused by her forced conversions of people who didn't want to believe in the religion. And then we get to the religious wars. During her reign, a series of religious wars would pop up across the empire. In Marthia, the killing of several politimors led to her executing several prominent nobles, who she blamed for the incident. In response, the Marthiric king Stagstal I abandoned activism. This led to a war which would last for decades, killing well over millions, if not over 10 million people plus. There was also Agmashan's rebellion in Algamore, which began in 357 after some religious conflicts, and this large-scale rebellion would only end in 401 of the Second Era, officially. To also take note is that during this time, Algamore was also under a genocide, which helped to cause the people into a rebellion. Perhaps I should talk about the Algamore genocide in a completely different video. If you'd like to see that, then we can talk about it. Then let me know in the comments, and I'll definitely make a video on that sometime in the future. Now, these religious wars, and many more to come, would devastate the Nakarthan Empire. Luckily for the elites, the Nakarthan Empire's army and political figures were very strong at the time, and thus allowed for the empire to stay together. This could be considered very lucky for the empire, as at any other point you could easily see a collapse. But due to very strong figures and a powerful military, this is just able to be blocked. And then finally, the end of her reign. In 366, a noble named Empress demanded that Donica stop her religious persecutions. After she refused the first time, he would go on to demand that she be overthrown. She would attempt to kill him, which would cause him to, along with several other prominent nobles, lead a rebellion against Donica. She would be captured by 271, when the capital was captured, and would be executed in prison. In 371, but I accidentally wrote down 271, so that's my bad. This began a period of time in which the empire became heavily destabilized due to a series of weak emperors, ending in Argyritas killing Sagal II, and ending what is known as the Elven Usurpation period, and thus able to begin the stabilization of the empire. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked the video, make sure to like, subscribe, comment. It would really help me out. Make sure to also check my community posts, as I make very frequent community posts such as quizzes and fun facts and other things. So if you want to interact with me, myself, and that stuff, you can always check these community posts and, that stuff. And so that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope each and every one of you has had a good day or night, and I'll see you another time.